we're going to try to do today is do an update on the Hillbilly Acres trails. That's what I'm calling the trail system, is Hillbilly Acres. It's the destination. One day, hopefully, maybe in the more near future, it'll be something that the locals that I ride with can come and hang out and make it a destination to practice. Really, it's intended just to be a place where I can get reps in, practice, and keep my skills up. And so, as you'll see, we're just going to do as much of a breakdown as we can on each of the sections of the trail, and we'll try to throw some highlights in here with it. Definitely we'll break it down of what Joe and I were thinking when we started building some of this stuff, and what we're going to continue to think about in the future. Hopefully we'll be able to give you some updates of where we were, where we are, and where we're going with this. But what we do is we come out of the house. Trail system actually goes to the right, so the goal is to put a further connector here, but it goes out that way, and this is one big loop. It goes to the left. We're going to go to the left first, and then we'll start with that section up there. But the trail does loop all the way around, where you'll see that it's about 0.4 miles in a total loop on the outer loop. So that's what my family and I walk with the dog, to get some, family time in and some exercise. I still have yet to get this all cut in. It's really low, but it's not where it needs to be, obviously, because we don't want any grass here. We want just dirt. I think what I'll be doing here more so in the future is getting a machine and just walking this and cutting it all out like they do on the trail system. All right, so what we're trying to accomplish here is come in. There's a little kick, really small, but we wanted that there to force us to practice of leaping out of something and getting into the berm real quick. Pop in, and the goal is obviously to try to get up here and then roll off the top, down low. This is a nice little transition for us to practice that whole quick boom boom with a little bit of kick into this motion. Hit that right turn, so come out of here. But there's actually a little kick here. So if you look at it from this angle, hopefully you can see it a little bit. I mean, this is going to flatten it out, but there is actually a little kick there. So you come in here, kick it, land in here to then really aggressively try to turn fast. You could really pop, and once I get good, I should be able to pop right into that, land into that turn in the body position that I need to in an angle, and roll out of it. But you can also just roll over this. So then when you roll out of this, and now you can go two ways, leading into a berm right here naturally, and then a kicker here. All right, so those were the first three berms we put in with a little kick. So what you have to keep in mind too is we want to put more jumps and pops in here. Okay, let's keep going. All right, as we come through here, intention, we'll have to pedal a little bit here. Maybe put a pop here. Want to put a berm there. This little guy is set up so I can kick off of this and then turn into it hard. So this section of trail coming up is the longest section of the trail system because it runs the length of the property. Not a whole lot we've done on here other than just cutting in a pathway, and fun to do. It's got a lot of flow. Definitely going to be building in some little poppers and build in the berms on this, but just a good flowy section of the trail. And now we climb. You can take that, which we're going to take down because it's more built to be a slalom. This is meant to be a trail that we're going to put multiple kickers in, little bumps, little jumps. Put a berm here. That exit there is going to reroute the big jump. We'll hit that drop coming down. But I use this a lot to climb out. It's a little bit more gradual. But we got our lovely berm. Hopefully you can get an idea of how it is from this angle. I love this thing. It works super well to create a double axis run. But we're gonna do this line now, show you what it is from start to finish, and run it all the way through. All right, so this is the start of this section of trail. And we built this initially as just a drop with a gap into the landing, but felt it was important to put the ramp in for those that didn't want or were too nervous about the gap, because it's at least a bike length, if not a little bit more. But it rolls real well. But now you can still pop off. You can still pop off, as you'll see, and land no problem in the landing zone. So, and then you take that, you hit this berm here. It flattens out a little bit. Got it flatter towards the end, and then now you can hit this. And I have been popping right off the middle of that over the dirt, and the dirt is high enough that we've done it so eventually maybe we can start working on our nose bonks, and then we pop off, and then you head down, and what you'll do is head straight, and that takes you into the big berm with another little drop, and then we're going to put in another berm. But also to the right, which we'll take as well, it takes you to the big jump. So definitely a couple different ways, and I use all of this as my practicing space. Got to pedal through here, but that's okay. And this works on the slalom section. We haven't gotten the berms cut in here yet. I'm gonna do a 3 POV of this one. It's pretty loose in here right now today. It's pretty dry. So I'll try to carry as much speed as I can, but I love this thing. And once we get the berms kind of cut in, a little bench cutting with the berming, I think we'll be able to really punch in and really get to working on our bike body separation and get that bike nimble. So we'll run through this, see how it turns out. Okay, here we go. Taking it kind of easy because it's slick. All right, there you go. So this comes up to that trail that's long out that way, and what we usually do is we just loop this out because this takes us up through the big jump area, and we'll finish up with the big jump. Usually I come here and I'm practicing from here. So here's the jump, here's the big jump. I'm gonna take it easy. So we moved the jump. It used to go straight down from this, but we turned it 90 degrees to go this way, and mainly because we wanted it to come off the trail over there after the big berm. We just cut all this in. I just got done cutting it back out in and smoothing it out. I'm gonna hit it real quick. I'm gonna go in, start from the berm. So we'll get that practice in. Bad. Gotta pedal a little bit though. Okay, landed on top about halfway. Oh, I thought I'd carry a lot more speed than that. Yeah, I wonder if we just made it too far this way. I almost feel like we need to just create 2 rollers. Drop into that, jump, and maybe move half of this over to here, put it right there, and then land so we're just on the top, and make this maybe a tip up, but not as long, because I can only get right here. I think that'd be better. Just do a double jump. All right, double jump maybe. I think that's what we'll do, jump, and then shorten this one up. Well, for anybody new to my channel, I hope you enjoyed this. This is hopefully a representation of what I'm trying to do always in progressing on my skills and putting things in place that I can do that. Luckily, I have some land now and actually build these trails in, these features, really to help me progress and continue to move forward, especially at my age. But make sure you find your little spaces and places of you being able to build things that you can progress against. So hope you enjoy this and enjoy the last few minutes of just me, working away. Well, there you have it. Hope you enjoy this. It's been a hoot. We'll see you on the next one. As always, thanks for tagging along, and we'll see you on the trail.